Okay, today I will talk about the Dhammavada verse number 401 because the brother sent the message. Then he please choose one of the Dhammavada stanza. So I choose the stanza number 401. So let us first look at this verse in the Pali. Vari Bokara Padiwa Arakiriwa Sasabo Yona Limbadi Kami Su Taman Pyumi Pyamana. So here what is the meaning of this stanza? Let's go the whole verse. Like water on a lotus leaf or a mustard seed on the point of a needle. He who does not cling to the sensual pleasure, him do I call Brahmana. So, before I explain further, let me first ask you the question. Do you know who are the chief disciples of Buddha? Do you know? Yeah, Pandit Sariputta and Pandit Mahamoggallana. They are the two chief disciples of Buddha. Actually, there are also two chief bhikkhuni disciples of our Buddha. Do you know who are they? Do you know? Okay. They are Khema Theri and Ubbalawana Theri. They are also chief bhikkhuni disciples of our Buddha. Why I say this Dhammavada verse 401 was said in relation to Ubbalawana Theri, the one of chief bhikkhuni disciple. So we will look at the Ubbalawana, about Ubbalawana Theri. So Ubbalawana Theri was born with a very good complexion and she had many interesting Sutta. I think so. May not be same with you, huh? So she was very good complexion and she had many interesting Sutta. So they all wanted to marry her. Her father could not decide who to marry her to. So she thought of an excellent solution. He asked her if she would like to ordain as a bhikkhuni instead. Because at the time, she is very young. But she gradually agreed, and so the young Ubbalawana became a bhikkhuni. So if you cannot decide, what should you do? Huh? Only one way, no? Okay. One day, the bhikkhuni Ubbalawana has to tidy up and light up the Uposatha hall. The Uposatha hall is like a Dhamma hall, similar to this room. But during the Buddha time, there was no electricity. So she had to light up wine lamps. Wine lighting up, she saw the flame. She saw the flame and took the flame as a meditation object to practice Tejo Kasina. Tejo Kasina means Tejo is a Pali word. Fire Kasina. Fire Kasina. So, do you know what is the fire Kasina and how to practice the fire Kasina? Do you want to know? Okay. So, the Buddha taught many different meditation objects. Altogether, as you know, there are 40 meditation objects, which can be used to develop concentration. First, so this fire kasina is one of them. When you practice fire kasina, firstly, you need to light up a candle and wine lamp. You will need a flame that is not too small. That is not too small. So it is good to choose a fat candle and a thick wick. Once you have the flame, look at and focus on the middle part of the flame, which is luminous and yellow in color. Then close your eye and recall the flame in your mind. If you can recall the image clearly, and you can focus on the image of the flame in your mind, and you can note fire, fire, fire. This image of the flame is your fire kasina meditation object. As your concentration improves, the fire kasina object will become clearer and more subtle. When it is clear and subtle, you can spread the fire kasina progressively in the turn direction. Wherever you look at, you must see the fire kasina object. So in this way, Oblāona Theri, young Oblāona Theri, developed the fire kasina jhana absorption concentration. Based on that concentration, she continued to practice vipassana meditation, insight meditation, contemplating on the characteristic of impermanence, suffering and non-self of mentality and materiality. Her insight knowledge matured and she attained arhatship. So easy. So here we should understand. People practice the vipassana meditation should establish the concentration. But here, Oblāona Theri, she established the concentration and then attained jhana. It is the best way. But at least who want to practice the vipassana meditation, at least need to establish the access concentration. This is it. So I mean the concentration is necessary for those who want to practice the vipassana. Okay, so now she attained arhatship. So during the Buddha time, most of the ordained people would go for alms in the village in the morning. After that, they would spend the day in meditation or in fruition path, fruition attainment. So most of them delighted in seclusion and live in the forest. Not the same nowadays people. Nowadays people want to stay in the city. But in the Buddha time, most of people, they want to stay in the forest. Why? The forest is very quiet and it is suitable for meditate. So they want to stay in the forest. On one occasion, after finishing her errand round in the village, Jāneyyācāra returned to her hut in the forest. Unknown to her, her cousin, who had long harbored affection for her, was already hiding under the bed. He waited for Jāneyyācāra to close the door. Once she sat on her bed, her cousin came out from under the bed suddenly, attacked her and pushed himself on her. Due to this very sinful transgression, her cousin was swallowed up by the earth and fell into the awisi hell. This is what's hell. Referring to this incident, the Buddha taught another Dhammavada verse, number 69. Maduva minyati balo yawa papan na pichati yadacha pichati papan balo dukkha nikichati. So long as an evil deed has not ripened, the fool thinks it as sweet as honey. But when the evil deeds ripen, the fool comes to grief. Subsequently, related to this incident, the monk gathered in the Dhamma hall and discussed among themselves. If an arahant like Jāneyyācāra, who still possesses a body, would enjoy the happiness of sensual pleasure. Knowing this, the Buddha taught this verse 401 of the Dhammavada. Varipakara Badiwa Aragiriwa Sasabo Yona Limbandi Kamisu Dhammam Yumi Vyamanam. Like a water on a lotus leaf, or a mustard seed on the pointer and needle, he who does not cling to sensual pleasure, him do I call Brahmana. Just like a water cannot stay on the surface of a lotus leaf and will surely flow off. And just like a mustard seed cannot stay on top of the pointers and needles and will surely drop off. In the same way, the clinging to sensual pleasure cannot dwell in the mind of a Brahmana. So here we use the Brahmana, Buddha used the Brahmana. What is the meaning of Brahmana? We should know, we should understand what is the meaning of Brahmana. So according to the commentary, Brahmanasati Bahita Papasa Kinasawasa, the Pali word. So there are two definitions. The first one is Brahmanasami Bahita Papasa. That means one who has totally removed all defilements. The second meaning, the Brahmana is who has destroyed the asava taints. Asava taints. Here, just for knowledge, there are four asava, four taints. The first one is the kamasava, the taint of sensual desire. The second one is the bhavasava, the taint of becoming. That means attachment to existence. The third one is the daitasava, the taint of wrong view. The fourth one is Jāneyyācāra, the taint of ignorance. So, the Brahmana means one who has destroyed all these four types of taints. So, combination to two definitions, we should understand that the Brahmana refers to a person who has removed all defilements and destroyed all taints. So, now you know the Brahmana. Brahmana means who has removed all defilement and destroyed all taint. So I want to ask all of you, who can remove the all defilement and destroy the all taint? Who can remove? Arhat. Who is it? Arhat, not Arhat person. So the Buddha explained that an Arhat has completely removed and defilement and destroy all things without remainder. So an Arhat has no more attachment to sensual pleasure. Like water cannot stay on a lotus leaf and mustard seed cannot remain on the point dot needed. So here we should understand. Oblahona Tiri already Arhat. So she have no attachment to sensual pleasure. Do you understand? Okay. So here we use the attachment to sensual pleasure. Attachment to sensual pleasure. Now Arhata person can remove all attachment to sensual pleasure. So is this good to completely free from the attachment to sensual pleasure? Is this good? Good or no? I think so, you are considered. Huh? But we should say it is really good. Why? Look at in our daily life. How often do we have to suffer due to such attachment to sensual pleasure? And how often do we commit unwholesome deeds due to such attachment to sensual pleasure? For example, due to this sensual pleasure, sometimes you may break the precept. Do you agree with me? Sometimes you may break the panadibada, the killing living being, because of the sensual attachment. Sometimes also you may break the musavada. Do you know the musavada? Telling lie, no? So some point they say, I have only one lover. You are only my lover. But it is not true. Huh? They have many lovers, but they say, I have only one lover. This is their lie. They break the one precept, the musavada. Why they break this precept? Because of the attachment of sensual pleasure, attachment to sensual pleasure. So, this attachment to sensual pleasure can lead to more suffering for us in the future. So, we should try to remove the attachment to sensual pleasure. Is this good? Is this good? So, if we cannot remove the attachment to sensual pleasure, due to this attachment to sensual pleasure, you may break the precept and you may commit the unwholesome deeds. These unwholesome deeds will lead you to the one of the four whoopoo states. So we should remove the unwholesome deeds. We should remove the unwholesome deeds. So how can we remove the unwholesome deeds? We should know how can we remove the unwholesome deeds. Do you want to know? Okay. So if we want to remove the unwholesome deeds, only we can remove the unwholesome deeds by doing the wholesome deeds. Do you understand? Only we can remove the unwholesome deeds by doing the wholesome deeds. So wholesome deed is very important for all of us. So here wholesome is come from the Pali word kusala. Kusala translates the wholesome. So what is the meaning of wholesome? What is the kusala? What is the meaning of kusala? We should know, we should understand the meanings of kusala. So I will give the explanation for all of you. So the kusala is the compound word. Good and sala. This is the two words, good and sala. So good, what is the meaning of good? Good means contemptible, even unwholesome deeds. These called the good. And sala. What is the meaning of sala? Sala has three meanings. The first meaning is to shake. The second meaning is to shake violently, causing to tremble. The third meaning, to cut or to uproot or to destroy. So sala has three meanings: to shake violently, and to cut or to destroy. So kusala, wholesome, refer to the which can shake, violently shake, and destroy all unwholesomeness from our mind. Can you get what I mean? Okay. So here we should understand and remember the three levels. To shake, wholesome means to shake, to violently shake, and to destroy unwholesomeness. So there are three meanings, three levels. No? So here you already know the wholesome, kusala, wholesome. Can you give some example? What are the wholesome deeds? Can you give the example? What are the wholesome deeds? Now you are listening to the Dhamma. What are you doing? You do the wholesome deeds. So the kusala means when you take the precept, it is also kusala. When you offer the flower to the Buddha, also kusala. When you offer the water, the kusala. When you offer the food to the Sangha, it is kusala. So sometimes you meditate, it is also kusala. During the meditation time, you are removing the unwholesomeness from your mind. It is correct? Okay. Now you are many people, but the sound is very short. Huh? Okay. So now you know the kusala, sila, dana, offering, sila, morality, and meditation, bhavana, practicing. These all are kusala. But here we should understand, kusala is also three types. Kamavachara kusala, mahagata kusala, and lokuttara kusala. There are three types. The first one, kamavachara kusala. Kamavachara kusala means sincere wholesome. we can see you offer the flower or you take the bracelet, all are sincere wholesome, sincere wholesome. And also whether our bodily, verbal and mental action are sincere wholesome. And the next one is the Megata Kusala. Megata Kusala is here means sublime wholesome, sublime wholesome. Kāmāvācara Kusala is sincere wholesome. The Megata Kusala is sublime wholesome. This sublime wholesome refers to jhana, absorption, concentration. The next one is the Lokuttara Kusala. Lokuttara Kusala, supramundane wholesome. Supramundane wholesome. These are the four paths. As you know, Sotapaddi Magga, stream entry path. Sakadagami Magga, one returner path. Anagami Magga, non-returner path. And Arahata Magga, Arahata path. So there are three categories of wholesome. Sincere wholesome, sublime wholesome, and supramundane wholesome. There are three levels. To shake, to violently shake, and to destroy unwholesome. So, the first wholesome is the sincere wholesome. Sincere wholesome. It is connected with the first definition. Do you remember? First definition is the kusalami, to shake, to shake. So this sincere wholesome is to shake the unwholesome, to shake the unwholesome. And the next one is the Mahagata Kusala. Mahagata Kusala. Mahagata Kusala is the just say the jhana concentration, absorption concentration. This the next kusala, Mahagata Kusala, sublime wholesome. Sublime wholesome can violently shake the unwholesome. Unwholesome. And the next one is the Lokuttara Kusala, supramundane wholesome. This supramundane wholesome can destroy the unwholesome. Unwholesome. So here three kinds of wholesome and their level. Their level we should understand. And also here sincere wholesome. Sincere wholesome is easy for us to do. Kāmāvācara Kusala, sincere wholesome. It is easy for you to do because these are dana, sila. It is easy for you. But the sublime wholesome means the absorption, concentration. It is not so easy for everyone. It is not easy for everyone. Especially, let's say, the absorption, concentration, it is generally not easy for most. And the next one is a supramundane wholesome. This supramundane wholesome is only for noble person. You can only experience this supramundane wholesome when you become noble person. When you become noble person, the Ariya, no? So, here I want to give the example so that all of you can understand clearly. The first kind of wholesome is to shake the unwholesome. To shake the unwholesome. For example, imagine you have just planted the tree. You planted the tree, and Every day you shake the newly planted tree. As soon as you remember, you will go to the tree and shake it. You will keep shaking the tree. What will happen? What will happen? The tree cannot grow up. The tree cannot grow up. Surely will die. Surely will die. In the same way, when you perform sincere wholesome, for example, offering, dana, and taking the precepts, sila, and also sharing marriage, listening the Dhamma, sharing the Dhamma, these all are the sincere wholesome. These sincere wholesome shake the unwholesome. Shake the unwholesome. So, when you offering the food to the Buddha, when you offering the flower to the Buddha, when you pay homage to the Buddha, you should understand, I am shaking the unwholesome. Now you are listening to the Dhamma, what are you doing? You are shaking the unwholesome. So these all are sincere wholesome. When you take the precepts, what are you doing? You are shaking the unwholesome. When you meditate, what are you doing? Shaking the unwholesome. Okay, we should understand like that. Now I am giving the Dhamma talk and you are listening the Dhamma talk. What are we doing? Shaking the unwholesome. Shaking the unwholesome. Okay. Now we will move there. The second category, no? Category. The sublime wholesome. Sublime wholesome is just, I already told you there, and the absorption, concentration. This jhana, absorption, concentration. This wholesome is a shake violently to the unwholesome. Shake violently the unwholesome. So, for example, when you plant the tree and you shake violently it, what will happen? Huh? Surely will die. In the same way, if you can establish the concentration, during this time, what are you doing? You are violently shaking the tree, shaking the unwholesome. So this unwholesome will die. Okay. The next one. The next one is a supramundane wholesome. This supramundane wholesome destroying the unwholesome. Destroying the unwholesome. So these supramundane wholesome are four kinds. So the first one is the Sotapaddi Magga. This wholesome can destroy the three defilements: Sakaya Ditti, Vicikicca, and Silabbata Paramasa. Sakaya Ditti means self-identity view. Vicikicca, doubt me, the doubt about the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. And Silabbata Paramasa, clinging to wrong practice. So someone attained the Sotapaddi Magga. This person destroying the unwholesome and so destroying the defilement. No? The second, the third, the wholesome, supramundane wholesome. This is called the non-returner. This non-returner path can cut the two factors, the Kama Raga, sensual desire, and Vyavada, ill will. And then finally the Arhata path can cut all remaining three factors. They are Rupa Raga, desire for material existence, and Arupa Raga, desire for immaterial existence, and mana, conceit, uddhacca, restlessness, and avijja, ignorance. So, who attain the Arhata Magga, such person cut the all defilement. Like a tree, when you plant the tree and you cut the root, what will happen? The tree surely will die. So that is the three level of wholesome we should understand. So now we understand wholesome can remove the unwholesome. Wholesome can remove the unwholesome. Firstly, wholesome can shake the unwholesome. Second, wholesome violently shake the unwholesome. And the next one, wholesome destroying the unwholesome. There are three levels. So, I want to ask you, in our daily life, which arise more, wholesome and unwholesome in our mind? Which are more? Huh? Unwholesome. Okay, unwholesome will lead you to the four-whoopoo state. Let to go hell. So, if the unwholesome arise in your mind, at the time wholesome cannot arise. And also the wholesome arise in your mind, at the time cannot arise unwholesome. Now you are listening the meditation. During the time, we can see the wholesome arise in your mind. At the time, there is no unwholesome. The unwholesome cannot arise in your mind. But if unwholesome mind arise more, you must go to the four-whoopoo state. Do you understand? So, but it is for only the person who have no mindfulness. If you have mindfulness, you can avoid to unwholesomeness. Okay, I will say, sometimes you know this bodily action is bad. This verbal action is bad. You know, but you lack the mindfulness. So you do the unwholesome deeds. So mindfulness is the main cause to do the wholesome. If you have no mindfulness, you may do the unwholesome deeds. If you have mindfulness, you can avoid to do the unwholesome deeds. So mindfulness is important for all of us. So the time is we need to skip the So because so now we understand the mindfulness is important for all of us, and if we have mindfulness or our mindfulness strong, we can avoid to do the unwholesomeness. And if you can remove the all unwholesomeness, what will happen? If you can remove all unwholesome totally, what will happen? You become arahant. No more defilement. No more defilement. There is no more defilement. So, like a Oblaona Tiri, Oblaona Tiri, she can, like say, firstly she ordained At the time, she kept the morality, the Bhikkhuni Vinaya rule. Bhikkhuni Vinaya rule. So she observed and practiced the Bhikkhuni Vinaya rule. This is called the training of morality. Training of morality. In our Buddha teaching, there are 3 training. The training of morality, the training of concentration, and the training of wisdom. 3 training. Now, in this story, the Oblaona Teri, she observed and practiced and Bhikkhuni Vinaya. This is, she practiced the morality. She practiced the morality. And also, when she saw the plane, she thought that as a meditation object to practice the fire kasina meditation and gain jhana concentration. This is the training of concentration. And with the support of concentration, she practiced the vipassana by contemplating on the nature of impermanent, suffering, and nonsense of mentality and materiality. This is the training of wisdom. Finally, she attained arhatship. So here we should understand the Oblaona theory practiced the 3 training systematically. So if we want to be arhat person, what should we do? We should practice 3 training systematically. We should not skip. We cannot skip. If you say, I will only practice the vipassana meditation, no need to practice the morality, no need to practice the concentration. It is not according to the Buddha teaching. It is not according to the Buddha teaching. Buddha teaching is, we must practice systematically, step by step, sila, morality, concentration, samadhi, panya, wisdom. We should practice these 3 trainings systematically. So I want to give the message in this Dhamma talk. We should practice systematically, step by step, sila, morality, samadhi, concentration, and panya, wisdom. Okay. So these all sila, samadhi, and panya are called wholesome. These all wholesome and depend on the mindfulness. So mindfulness is the main cause. Mindfulness is the main cause to do the wholesome deeds. To do the wholesome deeds and to remove the unwholesome deeds. Which is important? Mindfulness is important. Which is important? Mindfulness is important. If you have mindfulness, you can accumulate the wholesome deeds. And also, you can avoid to do the unwholesome deeds. So, if you don't have mindfulness, what will happen? You cannot accumulate the wholesome deeds and you will do the unwholesome deeds. So mindfulness is important. So today, my Dhamma talk, I will give all of you the 1 important things. It is the mindfulness. What is it? Mindfulness. So please be mindfulness and let us stop our Dhamma talk here. The mindfulness is to remove the unwholesome deeds. Any questions?
Thank you, Venerable. Any questions?
The time is there, a little bit over. So I will explain a little bit. Okay. Brother, please show the Do you want to listen? Okay. Okay. So, you know about the doing? Doing? Doing is a very delicious food, but smelly. Very smelly. Do you like the doing? Yeah. But even you like the doing and you eat the doing, but this doing is not for keeping. Not for keeping. After eating the doing seed and doing husk, you should throw as much as you can quickly. Because if you keep this doing seed or the doing husk, this is very smelling. So just you eat the doing, but you should throw away quickly. In the same way, the akusala, unwholesome deeds. Do you know the unwholesome deeds? This unwholesome deed is sometimes because of lack of the mindfulness, you do the unwholesome deeds. But this unwholesome deed is not for keeping. If you do the unwholesome deeds as much as you can, you should forget it. You should not recall again and again unwholesome. When you recall the unwholesome, after doing, for example, you kill the animal or you kill the insect, for example, ant or the mosquito. You kill the mosquito, but you always you recall when I kill the mosquito, you recall this unwholesome. You are always your unwholesome is become stronger and stronger, and the unwholesome will lead you to the bad destination, like one of the four Upu state. So this unwholesome is like a urine. If you cannot avoid to eat the urine, you can eat, but should not keep. Correct? In the same way, if you cannot avoid to do the unwholesome, I am not encouraging you, you can do. I am not encouraging you, you can do. But depending on your desire, you can do. But you should not keep. You should not recall unwholesome. Just you ignore and you try to forget it. So akusala is like a durian. Do you understand? Okay.
It's easy to say that you should not remember bad things that you have done before, but how do we do that?
So I already say, how do you do that? The kusala. Kusala is the best one to rid of the unwholesome in our mind. So by doing wholesome deeds, you can remove the unwholesomeness or you can forget the unwholesomeness. Okay?
Thank you. I have two questions actually. In your previous last slide, is it absolute to practice systematically from sila concentration to vipassana, or is it possible to develop concentration from vipassana and also from the mindfulness develop sila? That's my first question.
Sorry, please say again.
Is the systematic approach absolute, as in no exception? It has to be from sila concentration and then vipassana, or is it possible to develop concentration from vipassana and also develop ethical conduct from mindfulness?
That means there is no choice. There is no choice. There is no choice. Only who want to attain the nibbana, who want to free from the all defilement, we should practice these three training systematically. But morality. Sila is everyone know. At least for the lay people, at least 5 precepts. Or if you can, you should take the 8 precepts. It is okay. But the second training, concentration. Concentration is nowadays we should understand. Concentration is 2 kinds. Excess concentration and absorption concentration. Absorption concentration means jhana concentration. There are 2. You can choose one of them. But at least you must establish the excess concentration. Without concentration, you cannot practice the vipassana deeply. Without concentration, if someone say, I am practicing the vipassana meditation, this vipassana is the superficial vipassana, not deeply vipassana. So if you practice also without deeply vipassana meditation, the person who cannot attain nibbana, who cannot remove the defilement totally and without remainder.
Thank
So we must practice systematically.
Okay, thank you. My second question, you also mentioned Arahant. So I wish to believe that actually during the time of Buddha, there are many Arahants, and I wish to believe that at this time as well, we have a lot of Arahants. There's no way to know, right? And knowing doesn't, is also not meaningful. I guess it's just out of curiosity. Whether during the times of Buddha it's actually easier to attain arahantship, or that actually right now we are the same and we are doing very well in terms of enlightenment. Thank you.
What is the...
Okay, the question is, so during the time of the Buddha, there are many arahants, and I wish to believe that at this time, we do have many arahants as well. Is this actually even valid? Is it? Would it be logical?
Okay. Your meaning is nowadays also may have the arahanta or not, correct? There, okay. Okay, Buddha say in the, you know, the one famous sutta. This sutta is Mahaparinibbana Sutta in the Digha Nikaya. This sutta Buddha say, Asunyo Loko Arahanti Asa. Asunyo Loko Arahanti Asa. It is a Pali word. What is the mean? Buddha say, Bhikkhu who practice these sila, samadhi, and pinya systematically, there is no absence of arhat in the world. Do you understand? So that means nowadays the 3 training is nowadays the exists sila, the training of morality, the training of concentration, and the training of wisdom is nowadays we can learn. So nowadays maybe the arahanta have. Maybe arahanta, no? Nowadays also. Because nowadays also have the 3 training. So, but later on, we cannot say exactly the date. Later they will lose the training. For example, the training of wisdom, and the training of concentration, and the training of morality. At the time, we cannot see there is a arahanta. We cannot see. But now they still have the 3 training. So we can see there is a arahanta.
Okay, I'm sorry, we're running out of time, so we can't have any more questions. So we will just pay our respects and to the Venerable for the talk.
Okay.